ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. What if I told you that you are a result of your own permissions? You have given the permission to attend this event today. That's the only way this was possible for you. You said yes to this college. You said yes to your job offer. You said yes to that impromptu trip and landed having a great time. You said yes to your marriage, but that's your problem. All I want to say is yes is the starting point of your journey. The moment you say yes, you're opening a whole realm of infinite possibilities. So, what if I told you today that for you to invite opportunities and welcome possibilities in your life, all that it takes for you is just the courage to say yes? Your starting point, your journey starts from you saying yes. Now, imagine if you said no to that impromptu trip. You would have never known what's in store for you. If you had said no to that job offer, you would have never known what is available for you. Yes is the doorway for infinite possibilities. No stops your journey even before it starts. So my life in hindsight seems like more number of yeses than nos. I said yes to everything that came my way. So 24 years ago, somebody just casually gave me the mic and said, "Hey, I think we should try this guy to host the show in Bangalore. It's a road show." I said yes. I never had any training how to host a show, how to MC. MC is Master of Ceremonies. I said yes, not realizing that that was the starting point of my career as an MC. Then after that, shows after shows just followed, word of mouth, events after events. The next thing I know is I've served as a host for over 3,000 shows across everywhere and made hosting a career. It just started with me exploring, just say, yes. And the power of yes is at play even now. As I stand here with the mic and you as my audience or as my listener on radio, every single person here who is saying yes to listening to me, who is saying yes to laughing with me, who is saying yes to participating with me, has created this moment that entirely exists only because you and I have allowed this to happen. The starting point is yes, to open a whole realm of possibilities in your life. You're all the result of all the number of yeses that you have said so far. 18 years ago, bunch of friends along with my mom coaxed me and said, "I think you should go give it a shot in radio. Do the auditions." I said yes. Back in the days, unknowingly I've said more number of yes than no. Now when I say yes, I say it with conviction. I'm not saying you always need to say yes. You have a choice. As long as you know that when you say yes, there is a consequence. The outcome can be good, bad, ugly. But the starting point is yes. You'll never know if you don't say yes what's in store for you. Yes is the doorway for infinite possibilities. So 18 years ago, I auditioned for All India Radio, FM Rainbow. Never knew that was a starting point of another career. Then I auditioned for some private stations. I didn't get through, but that didn't stop me. I kept saying yes to another audition that happened much later. It was 2006. It was 94.3 Radio 1 in Bangalore. I don't know how many of you listened to the station. I served for 11 years straight as the morning show host for the breakfast show, primetime show. To realize that that has become another career. I juggle both the careers as an MC, as an anchor, as a radio jockey, and a lot more. The more number of yeses I have said, I've only benefited, including saying yes to 2 marriages. Either ways, you get to learn by saying yes. Yes is the starting point. If you are shielding from the risks, you're only limiting your opportunities and limiting your growth by saying no. Because if you say no, you'll never know what was possible for you. Yes has opened the doors for unlimited possibilities, including me standing here and talking in front of you as a TEDx speaker. When I got the invitation, I could have said no, but I said yes. It's okay. You will know what's in store when you say yes. So for me, yes is the doorway, the gateway, the visa for unlimited possibilities. That's how radio happened as well. Even as a listener, when every single person who's listening to me is allowing me in their lives, into their car, into their homes, into their kitchen, into their bedrooms. At that space, I'm not just a voice, perhaps I'm companion, sometimes a catalyst. If you had just said yes, but not physically here, mentally somewhere else, this moment would never be possible for you. Yes is the starting point. I say this with more conviction ever since I enrolled into an improv workshop. How many of you have been to an improv show? Very few. Okay, for the rest of you. So an improv is an unscripted show where a bunch of improv artists like me come to the stage and entertain the audience without any script, nothing, no rehearsals. Fully unscripted. Why I'm sharing that with you is the basic principle of improv is yes-anding. The phrase is yes-anding. If you don't say yes, you'll never know what are the possibilities. If you say no, it ends all possibilities. It's through improv that I now realize, unknowingly I've said yes to so many things, and that's how possibilities have opened up. For example, on an improv show, this is what happens. Say, may I know your name? Kaushik. Let's assume, Kaushik, you and I are performing a scene for the audience. Improv. Every show is different because we don't know what is coming out. Because every improv show, we take the inputs from the audience. Use that as an inspiration to start a scene. How it happens is by yes-anding. That's the principle. So for Kaushik, you and I are doing a scene for the audience. If I tell you, Kaushik, I've never seen such a gigantic tree in my life. Just look at that tree, man. And you, Kaushik, in response, if you tell me, where is the tree? I don't see any tree. You have killed all possibilities by negating and saying no. That scene would have gone somewhere. If you had said yes, for example, yes, Prithvi, that's indeed a lovely tree. And I'm amazed at seeing so many colorful birds nurturing their young ones in the same tree. You have said yes to my reality and moved on, taken the story forward. I can continue to yes and. The lady who's built a tree house in the same tree, coexisting so peacefully with the birds and the tree. The story has only moved forward because we have agreed, we said yes. It's the same principle. The moment you say yes, the possibilities open. The moment you said no, everything stopped right there. You didn't even know what was possible. So it's because of improv that I've learned the power of saying yes. Whatever presents your life with opportunities, you first say yes. I have also, the moment I say yes, I've also trained myself to take full responsibility for that yes. Because yes comes with a consequence. It can be good, bad, ugly. But the moment you say yes and tell yourself that yes comes with a consequence, I take full responsibility for that yes, then there is no one who can stop you from doing what you want to do. Unlimited possibilities. Who is stopping you? Whose permission do you need? Except yours. This I learned in improv. I've also learned that I'm more comfortable with uncertainty now because of improv. How we started without knowing anything, the scene. I am more comfortable leaning into the unknown. I have realized you don't have to get it right all the time. You just have to be present in that moment. And don't fight and control being in uncertain situations. Allow it. The moment you say yes, possibilities open. Then you can deal with it. But you say no, you'll never know what was in store for you. I've also realized through improv that vulnerability is where creativity takes its heart. And vulnerability is the raw material to build deep connections. If you can relate in your own lives, some deep connections that you have with some people, maybe because you allowed vulnerability. You allowed him to be vulnerable, or you allowed yourself to be vulnerable. That was the only way that connection was possible. Otherwise, it is superficial, it's transactional. I've learned that from improv. It was a very powerful experience, learning. I kept saying more yeses in my life. I said yes to such a breathtaking hobby of flying. Me and my ex-wife, Aditi, we were vacationing at South Africa. We signed up for this sortie, a small flight over the Victoria Falls in a powered hang glider. I was excited. So for those, powered hang glider is a fixed wing on top. You're seated right below the wing, attached with some straps and a chair. And there's a propeller right behind you. There is no body, no window. You can feel the air hit your face. You can see your legs take off as the aircraft takes off. Breathtaking flight over the Victoria Falls. We enjoyed that flight. I was so overwhelmed with that flight. The moment we landed, I spoke to the pilot. I inquired about this aircraft. He said, this is available in India. Anybody can fly this. It is not even expensive. That was it. I came to the hotel, went on to the internet, did my research. In 6 months from that trip, I bought my own aircraft. It was a powered paraglider. I had an aircraft, but I didn't know how to fly. The same guy who helped me source the aircraft from Europe helped me to get a coach from Lucknow. He's an ex-army person who taught me how to fly. In 15 days into the training, I took my first solo flight in my own aircraft. It happened because I was okay to explore. But if I had thought, you better not dream about aircraft. How dare you? It's out of your reach. It is not for a common person like me. I think more often we say no, even without knowing, even without starting an exploration. I just inquired, I just started, never realized that I will be owning an aircraft, a certified pilot flying my own plane, paraglider. It just started with the yes. Yes made it possible. No would have entered the journey. I wouldn't even have known if I had told myself no. You'll be surprised. It's as inexpensive as just buying a regular car. It's not even so expensive to fly. Another powerful learning from flying is this for me, that while the world and the skies are so vast, so big, yet it is so accessible only if you are willing to explore. Otherwise, you will never know. And that's the reason I started this talk with the statement that you are the result of your permissions. The next invitation was from Big Boss for me. People had demonized and scared me. Hey, Big Boss, but hey, don't. I said, it's okay. I've trained myself. When I say yes, I take full responsibility for that yes. Let whatever happen. Let's go with it. I went with the flow. I said yes. I loved the Big Boss. I was a wild card entrant. People loved me. I realized that only after I came out of Big Boss. The most common question people asked me was, Prithvi, how did you have the courage to speak about your personal life, your two marriages on national television? How did you have the courage to wear the clothes you wore? I used to wear kaftans. I had a nickname. They used to call me Nighty because the kaftan looked like 90. How did you have the courage to wear that on TV? How did you have the courage to pierce your nose pin? I tell them the exact same thing. Whose permission do you need to wear the piece of clothing you want to wear? Whose permission do you need to pierce your nose pin? It just requires your yes. Wherever you are, whatever you are today, the realms that you are in today, is because you have said yes so far. But if you want to explore more, invite more possibilities in your life, I would like to remind you and say it is just outside your next yes. You say yes, you open possibilities for yourself. So today I would like to leave you with this idea that infinite realm is not somewhere out there, but it's within you. Thank you very much.